For the record, my name is Gail Manasco. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer 2 years ago, I was faced with a double mastectomy and wanting to reconstruct with my own tissue that didn't compromise the muscle. Local surgeons didn't actually have the skill sets needed to keep my muscle. And I'm just asking you to support Senate Bill 1137, which actually spells out procedures and works to provide access to women facing mastectomy due to breast cancer or high risk of breast cancer, and allows them access to these types of reconstruction that doesn't compromise the muscle and works to let women go at an in-network rate. Thank you.
When I was 42 years old, 2009, do the math, I had breast cancer, and I had a double mastectomy. I was struggling, and I had a very kismet conversation with Representative Levy, and I made an offhand comment, and she said, "You got to talk to my friend Gail." I listened to her and her research was dead on, and this procedure is not offered everywhere. I actually had to go to New Orleans to get it done most recently in August. The difference between my first reconstruction and this most recent, I cannot express how different that is. Women don't have a choice when they're doing this because the network doesn't offer it. And I can't tell you how sad I am that most women go through that check the box reconstruction surgery. This bill, it just allows women to go out of network at in-network rates until insurance companies can prove they have an adequate network for this type of surgery. Gail is a force of nature, I'll say it again. She was amazing. I'm so glad that Senator Broadman was able to work with it and that Representative Levy hooked me up with Gail. And I would just strongly encourage you to support this incredibly important bill. And thank you for letting me cry.
Recognize Senator Broadman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of Senate Bill 1137. I know so many of us in this chamber and in this building have gone through our cancer journeys. I'm thinking of our former Senator Woods. And each of us who has knows the chaos of this disease and knows how important it is that we ensure that Oregonians following a diagnosis and treatment for cancer get the care that they need, the high quality care, because there is life and life after cancer. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senate Bill 1137B, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, Senate Bill 1137 is a piece of legislation that I hold close to my heart. This bill comes to you unanimously from 2 committees and the Senate floor. Last year, my wonderful friend Gail, who joins us here today, was diagnosed with breast cancer. And what I've learned through Gail and others, and which was quoted in the hearing, that women find a way. And when you think of the tough women in your life, you know that to be true, that they find a way. But it shouldn't be this hard. As legislators, we need to ensure those women facing breast cancer in Oregon are able to get the care they need, even if it means leaving the state.
And Representative Graber.
Yes, to the bill, Mr. Speaker.
To the bill.
I'll be very brief on this, but this is a pretty incredible bill. I've tried to veer out of a lot of the personal this session, but I think as many of you know, I had some surgery early on in the session in January. In order to have my own tissue used to rebuild what was taken out, I had to fight insurance for that. Our insurance companies oftentimes leave 2 options. That's either total mastectomy and rebuild or disfigurement for some folks, but having the ability to do this, having the ability to use your own tissue to rebuild your body is really important. It's really meaningful, and it means the most to these survivors as well. So I am proud to stand in support of this bill and be a chief sponsor, and I want to thank the folks that brought it forward. It matters.
And Senate Bill 1137, having received the constitutional majority, is declared passed.